Never thought I would actually do this. How's it going, everybody? This is Deku Dylan here, God of Chaos, and today we are doing the one-shot of a what if that, well, this one I've actually never thought I'd be doing. What if Deku was in the X-Men? Now, if you don't know who the X-Men is, then by God have you been missing out. The movies are incredible. Well, even the TV show. For those who do not know it, it's a school for superheroes is the best way to say it. Think like the... well, what's the best way to say it? Think Hogwarts, except without the, you know, Gryffindor, Slytherin, etc. That type of crap. Except for that bad. And they don't live in a castle, they live in a mansion. With Professor X, who is the owner and founder of the school. Now, Midoriya's pet quirk. Yes, quirk, I'm actually going to do this. His quirk is called Bringer of Fear. Yes, you heard me right. Well, actually, it's not a quirk, it's a mutation. Now, let me explain how it is. Izuku has like a feline-like quirk. Or, well, actually, think like a Hellcat, I guess you could say. It has that demonic thing in him. He looks like a demonic Hellcat. And you'll see the picture, if you clicked on the video, before you clicked on the video and you see it, then you know what I'm talking about. Now that's Izuku Midoriya, that's his quirk, and yet, yes, he is treated like a villain because of that quirk. Unfortunately. But Midoriya embraces it. Now, in case you're wondering, what happened to Izuku? What happened to his mother, Inko? She was killed, unfortunately, by racist mutant haters. There's bashed her skull in with a baseball bat. So yeah, depressing already. At the age of 8, he pretty much was bullied and nearly beaten up to death by other who didn't have mutated powers. So pretty much when he turned 10 and he had his face smudged in the cake and everyone laughed at him, Izuku had enough. He transformed and embraced his hatred towards people, both men and women, and he brutally mauls them to death. And yeah, pretty much no one in the orphanage has survived. Right. Now, it's been 5 years since then. But we don't start off with Izuku Midoriya right away, actually. No. We actually start off with Logan and Beast. I think that's what he's called. Yeah, Logan and Beast. Anyway, as soon as Logan and this is when Logan actually gets the abandoned church. Well, actually, it's not abandoned. And the cops are still there, but where they are at Canada. Yes, Izuku's Canadian. Man, what a wonderful surprise. Nice. So Logan gets there along with Beast, who run the mutant school. Oh. They're also there with Cyclops and Rogue, along with Night Stalker. This is when Night Stalker says, "So what are we here for?" That, bub. He points at... Actually, I'm going to make the Nightwalker sound like a poop. I'll try. So what are we doing here? For that, bub. He points and sees the mauled up corpses when... says, "Oh God. Yep, another orphanage been butchered. The only ones were spared with mutants. We're here to pick them up." This is when they see the Canadian Forester and he says, "Oh great, more freaks." "Careful, bub. You might bring back your urban legend." "Yeah, you don't have to tell me twice. This creature has been causing so much problems." Oops. "Really? You sure you guys ain't the problem? What are you trying to say?" "Oh, nothing. Hey, don't mind me. I'm just a silly mutant that has no brain." "Okay, I get it, what you're trying to pull. But I won't change my mind the fact that you got These are freaks, but I will admit you deserve better. That's something. Yeah, don't get cute. So, what's the usual deaths? What is not? Mauled to death, has giant claw marks on the body, puncture wounds on the necks. This one Beast says, may I see the corpses? Sure. Sure. Yeah, sure. This one Nightcrawler says, what if I talk to the children? The mutated ones or the normal ones? Mutated. I doubt any of them are alive, apparently. None of them. Well, none of the non-mutant ones are. All of them are either dead. The only ones that were also spared was the priest that visits them every day. Priest? Yeah, she's a mutant. As a matter of fact, she's the only mutant that's respected, considering that she is a Buddhist. That makes sense. I suppose. Now, may I speak to the children? Sure. Or Nightcrawler. Good luck. This one Beast, he's and Logan go to the corpses. And he takes a real good look at them. Oh, my God. Logan. Yeah, I noticed that. What? These kills, they weren't quick and painless. They were slow and brutal. Oh God, we did not know that. Well, now you do. These corpses have been tortured and killed. This one was lucky. She died from fright. Right. This sounds stupid, but may we ask about the legend around this creature? You mean, oh, yeah, you can ask. What do you call it? We call it the Devil's Jaw. Oh, but many people call it by many names. The Demon Cat, had the Bringer of Fear. Here, the Red-Eyed Devil. Well, Satan's Bloodlust, but the most common one is the Bloodfang. Bloodfang. Because every time we try to solve, anytime people see him, we see him or her or whatever it is, it's blood jewels from its fangs and jaws. Oh, it's feasting on another child. I see. Any clues that you know? All we know is it's always in the woods, and it only comes outside at night to feed. How come you haven't tried to stop it? No offense, but we tried multiple times. We always end up losing men, or men wishing they died with their comrades. So this person doesn't just attack kids. Does mutants ever get attacked? No. They rarely even get hurt. Mostly it's non-mutants. We might not be dealing with a demon. Are you saying we might be dealing with a mutant? Yeah, bub. We're dealing with a mutant and a mistreated one in the past. Any mutants that had a villainous type of thing? There was Izuku Midoriya. Midoriya? Explain. Well, here's the best way to explain it. Midoriya was the son of Inko Midoriya. Unfortunately, not many people appreciate, how Canada's reputation with mutants. Yes, it's not really that light. Not really that, liked. Yeah, don't even try to sugarcoat it. We hate mutants, period. We treat them horrible. Well, ever since this demon came around, so, pretty much his family decided that it'd be fun to piss him off. And so some Canadians beat up and raped his mom. No one knows who did it, but the court let it go because he was a mutant. Not surprising. Look, I'll admit, like I said, I hate mutants, but even they don't deserve or such a brutal beating, or deserve to get raped, no matter who they are. Or, you probably are the first. So you're saying you respect mutants? Well, yeah. I respect them. Doesn't mean I like them. So yeah. As for... This is when a Nightcrawler comes back. With Rogue. What did you learn? All of them are completely traumatized. It's as if they saw the... They keep saying they saw the devil himself. Figured. And we have our own clues. We might think this might be a mutant. Mutant who does not know who pretty much snapped. Snap? This one Rogue says, snap? What do you mean by that? You know how you would have your moments, Rogue? Hey, I'm just saying. Don't get offended. Well, I'm thinking that could be the same with this kiddo, Izuku Midoriya. How was he treated in the orphanage? He was treated as any other mutant. Abused, neglect, lack of food and nutrition. You name it. Typical. Oh, agreed. So yeah, he's been treated like crap. A lot, actually. I see. This is when Midoriya... Anyway, this is when Logan sniffs the air and actually sniffs the corpses. What is it, Midoriya? What is it? Got the scent. You do? He left something. This is when he sleep. This is when they just see... He's something. What is that? That, I don't know yet. It doesn't look like something that you can easily get. As a matter of fact, it doesn't look like anything you can easily get. It's something that most people would avoid. Alright. It's so. He left his saliva. Saliva? You managed to get his scent from saliva? Yep. The saliva is very strong. And think about it. With saliva that smells. This one, and you actually take this one, Breeze actually smells like. Told you. Phew. Can't be surprising though. Hey, do kids end up with missing limbs? A lot, actually. Okay, so we're dealing with a person whose mutation allows him to be a cannibal. Oh man, cannibalism? Well, think about it. I don't think he would really get any food from the other people. Well, actually, he probably would. People started tributing to him. So you worship him as a god? No. We feed him so he doesn't kill any more kids. Does it work? Not all the time. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Alright. I am going to ask. Asked. These people. I know. And I'll be honest, I am with you. But obviously we're not dealing with normal people. Izuku Midoriya has just been mistreated, eaten. But if we show him the error of his ways, no offense, but I doubt that could work. The way he fight, it just screams. seems that this is not what we're dealing with. We are dealing with the cold, heartless person, but I guess anyone can change. Exactly, and Professor X wishes to help him. So, where is he at? In those woods. He points at there. Good luck. No one would ever go out there anymore. Not even Canadian hunters. Really? Normally we'd be happy to check it around, but okay, I'll be honest. People are just too scared to even go hunting. And we're running low on everything. Food, supply, ice, out of fear? Well, everyone in the country knows about the blood fang thing. So people tend to stay away from Canada. So how do we find it? So how do we find this Izuku? If he's what you say is, you don't find him. He finds you. If interest. Well, in that case, I hope he's interested in some company, because that's what he's going to get. Nightcrawler, Rogue, let's go. What? Did you not hear the man? We might get eaten alive. Shouldn't we? We come along? Shouldn't Cyclops come along? Oh yeah, I forgot Cyclops there. You coming? No offense, but this is probably more of a you guy thing. And you know how Canadians are when they find stuff that belongs to mutants. I'll stay here to guard the ship. Fair enough. Nightcrawler doesn't look like you lucky bastard. What? I'm telling the truth. And I hate it. That's alright. And he walks off. Smart call. By the way, I did see some people go in. Are you kidding me? Cyclops gets in. Starts going in. And he gets some kids out. Oh, man, you mutants are no fun. But very funny. Anyway, this is when Nightcrawler, Rogue, Izuku, Nightcrawler, Rogue, and all that, get to the forest. This is when Rogue says, okay, this place is creepy. Look, this is when, and he found something. I do not see anything, Wolverine. Not see. Look. This is when he points at claw marks. Holy! Look how high those claw marks are. They are pretty much up the frickin' moon. So you're saying that we're not dealing with someone? Oh no, we're dealing with someone. Judging by the way those claws are made. We're dealing with someone who has not hesitated to kill for years. And also, look at the height. In that case, this Izuku must be at least a good 13, or nearly 950 pounds. Bigger than that. Right, this Izuku, if this is Izuku, he's one big kid. And because judging by the look, judging by on how the claws reached, this thing must be at least a good 3,000 pounds. That is one big kitty. Yeah. This is when Rogue says, "Hey guys, you might want to see this." This is when they go there and see the mauled up bear corpse. Died from blood loss. Whoever was here, they were feeding well until we interrupted. No, someone else interrupted their food, which means we're not the only ones that are looking for this guy. Not surprising. This is when Rogue says, "Not surprising. I talked to one of the Canadian guards and said there's a humongous bounty on this blood fang." How much? About a good $10,000. That's bigger than any other bounty I've seen. Should we take him in? Logan! Alright, alright. Hey. Beside. Right. We just gotta find the kid and convince him not to be who he is, right? I guess. Yes. Hold on. There we go. Anyway, this is when they're pretty much minding their own business. This until they hear something unsettling.
Low time.
This is when they hear this roar. This is when, and Nightcrawler says, "That is not a cat roar." Nope. That's something worse. Never heard of a dragon roar like that. As a matter of fact, I don't think any cat can roar like that. Well, oh crap! You sure we shouldn't have? This is when Nightcrawler says, "We shouldn't have brought what Cyclops?" I think all that will do it. I think Cyclops would have been killed first. So what was that, Logan? A warning. He's telling us to get out of his turf. Sorry. Well, sorry, bub. We got to talk to you. This is when he starts walking up. This is when, and he says, "You guys go back to the camp. You guys go back to the ship. Me and Beast will take it from here. You sure? Trust me, I'm very sure." The last thing we need is you guys getting badly hurt. This is when Nightcrawler says, "But I can help." We don't know if what he is even capable of. So, back to the ship. Okie dokie. This is when, and he says, "You really think that was a good idea?" Yep. I got a feeling those two will be the first target. Why? Young blood. Young blood is always the sweetest. That and also we have no idea what we're dealing with. This could be a direct. We don't know what he's capable, and also we don't know what else he could have. So it's best to keep a low profile. I suppose you're right. Anyway, and this is when they continue getting in further. This is when Midoriya just looks at him. This is when they actually continue walking through the woods. Hold up. What? And this is when they see it. This is when he says, "You smell that?" What is that smell? Urine. Urine? Yup, urine. Look. Still fresh. How do you not smell that and not want to gag? Simple. Heard a lot more. Smelled and sensed a lot worse. If that's something you normally smell, I don't want to know. Oh, what else? This stuff stinks. It's urine. It's gonna stink. Looks like we're also dealing with an alcoholic. My type of guy. An 18-year-old drinking. This is Canada. They don't give a rat's ass about mutants. What type of alcohol? Very good, very strong stuff. Moonshine. Moonshine? Why the fuck would he drink moonshine? To ease the pain, or to tend to his wounds, is my curiosity. Besides, I've never seen urine this yellow. Besides, you ever seen red urine? That's not a good sign. No, it is not. That's why we're gonna look. Because that's the scene we can't help the kid. Good. And judging by these, he's passing stones. Dull. Yeah, dull. Which means we could be dealing with anything. Now, this one he says, we should probably get going. This is when they go further in. And lucky for them too, because this is when they actually found another corpse. This one's fresh too. Ugh, what of it now? A child, 10 years old at least. This Izuku really does not want people going into his turf. More like someone went into his turf. This corpse is very fresh. We're near. This is when they find a cave. Alright, this must be his lair. Huh. This is when they get closer inside, and this is when they smell it. Ugh, what is that? I know that smell too well. Fresh blood. This is when anyway, sorry for the pause. This is when Midoriya it just says, alright. Neat. I guess anything's now possible. So, Logan, how do you suggest we take care of this? Don't know yet. But this is when they hear the same roar again. Maybe we should just knock. Look at the size of this thing. I wish I didn't. This thing has to be at least big enough you can ease. easily cover up a whole damn city. That's what I'm afraid of. You're scared of someone? Someone who's able to do this, yes! Just do not judge me. I'm not, it's just I never expect you to be the scaredy cat. Oh, shut up. This is when they get further in. And I'm taking a guess that must be him. I'll admit, big guy. Very big guy. Logan. And those teeth. I see them. This is when Midoriya gets up. Easy, boy. We're not here to hurt you. Ooh. Logan, I don't think he sees that. And you're not helping. Hey, sorry. Easy there, boy. Hey, we're not here to hurt you. Ooh, I promise. We're only here to help you. Ooh, if you let us. This is when they hear, there it is! No, don't! This is when they start shooting and Midoriya becomes feral again and he starts mauling the poor bastards. Once again, Midoriya runs out and roars. This is when and Logan and them see what's out there. Holy fuck! What the? There has to be at least 1,000 of them! Kill the mutants! Mutant! And then claim the reward! Or at least that's what they thought. But, alright. Anyway, I'm back. Now, this is when, by the way, the Canadians are making noises and all that, and this is when, this is when he is thinking in his head. And, dude, we need to get this guy out of here. No offense. But where can we go? We are literally surrounded. You're right. You had an idea? One. And that's if he likes it. We neither of us are gonna like it, are we? Nope. Oh. Great. Just what I need. So what's your plan? Well, first off, we gotta piss you off. What? You sure that's a good idea, bub? Look, the Canadians are gonna accuse us of helping this guy anyway. Strange. Mostly you try to find a sensible way out. You think he's gonna be sensible with them? They're gonna be mauled to shreds. Look at that look at them. They're horrified. And look at him. He's ready to kill them. And there's even children there. If we continue this, it will be catastrophic and critical state. You need to fight him. That's not really a good idea. You sure? Or that's not a good idea now? This is when they look outside and see Midoriya jumping down, ripping and tearing them to shreds. As he jumps down, you hear this is when it pretty much be hunt. Other hunters wait for an ambush, but they realize he was otherwise sound. You hear more gunshots and fires. You just hear more men screaming, lives along with children, praying to try to get the bounty. Bones crushed, and the sound of gunfire continues. is the echoes of the roar. This is when and Logan says, "Alright, bub, you had your fun. It's time for you to come with us." Midoriya looks right back at them with no fear. "I'll give you credit, bub. You caught one hell of a massacre. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to take you down. Otherwise, this is just gonna end up with a messier dub than it has to be." Hey, so let's do this, bub. They both roar at each other, and him and Logan start slashing each other, or biting and scratching and clawing. And this one, Logan starts realizing his skin is quite durable. Even adamantium was barely piercing him. Damn, this guy's skin is it's like it's enchanted. And this is when the bite force gets stronger, as he's trying to rip through the flesh, but Midoriya lets go, realizing he can't eat him. "See, bub? Adamantium. Can't really pierce that." This is when Midoriya pops out his claw as it slashes him. This is when Logan is just standing there. "Alright, bub, let's do this." And they continue fighting. Logan's clothes are completely ripped, and Beast can only watch. In fascination and in horror. Mostly because that's fucking horrifying. But this is when a giant laser hits him. What the? This is when Cyclops appears. "I told you to stay put! I heard the roar of the massacre. What did you expect me to do? Stay in the ship! This is not your fight." "Well, it is now." "Well, and plus we need to help together as a team." "What is that thing?" "That thing you just shot is the mutant that's been causing all this massacre." "Are you serious?" It ain't no kid. This kid, it's only a 15-year-old, which makes it worse." "This 15-year-old did all this? This is not a good sign." Nightcrawler appears, and Rogue even looks at him in horror. Midoriya senses the fear out of Rogue and charges at her. "Oh no, you don't, bub!" And this is when he starts holding him down, and Midoriya starts biting him, trying his very best to bite and scratch. And Logan is just holding him down, trying to make sure he doesn't hurt any of his students. "Get him, Beast! Get them out of here!" "Right." This is when Logan continues on fighting. And this is when he even entered Berserk stage and continues fighting Midoriya. Yeah, the fight gets brutal and brutal as the fight furthers in against the fight. This is when Midoriya finally is knocked out after a 3-day fight. "Alright, bub, let's get you back. Let's get you home." This is when Logan starts pulling him in. But this is when Logan is also trying his best not to pass out. This is when Beast shows up. "Logan!" Along with the rest. "He is one tough motherfucker." Language. Pardon my French, but fuck the language right now. Whew. "You okay, Logan?" "I need a drink. A very strong one, and a lot of boo-boo. Boo's taken care of." "What? Was he too tough to handle?" "Oh, shut up." This is when Midoriya and them pretty much as you expected. Anyway, with Midoriya, who is now just holding... Who is pretty much, well, actually, let's just be blunt, because you all are going to find out. he's pretty much chained head to toe and he can't get out because well, they're not allowing it. Yeah, no, sorry buddy, but you can't get out. Well, he grabbed Owls menacingly. Up. We're being nice to you. This one, and he gives a look like, really? Okay, maybe you're chained up, but there's a reason. I didn't really think you'd be waking up right now. Oh, I figured you'd still be asleep. To be honest. This is when Midoriya actually gets to the next location. Well, actually, no. This is when they finally get to the X-Men and Mansion. And this is when Professor X is waiting. And he sees pretty much a very retired Logan. Along with Beast and Cyclops and Rogue, who is pretty much now is the first one out immediately. What happened? Let's get him. Oh, this is when he starts growling and trying to bite. Hey, no biting! Come on, Izuku. This is when Phoenix walks out and sees this creature pretty much chained up. And in case you're wondering what Izuku looks like you'll see in the picture. Sure, once the thing comes up. This is when pretty much everyone just sees this creature, but Midoriya smells the air and realizes he's in new territory, so he's a little bit more feral. But this is when one person who has an animal who actually just starts singing and to soothe the beast. Midoriya calms down. This is when they hear, excellent, great thinking. Shinzo. Figured it would help. And yes, in this one, Shinzo does not have that mind control quirk. In this one, he has a ability to sing that calms anyone down. Mostly useful, especially when it comes to Logan, who goes berserk. So, who's this? This is Izuku Midoriya. Huh. We just got him from Canada. A Canadian. This is interesting. This is when he looks at the scars that are on Midoriya. Midoriya stays calm. Until another guy walks up and he starts growling. Chill out. It's just the professor. He won't harm you. Yeah, this guy has severe trust issues. Oh, we know. I appear. Well, he's definitely gonna need a bath. He's gonna need a wash, and he's definitely gonna need some dental work. Looks like his claws need to be cleaned too. There's still blood in there. Logan, will you help? What? You helped, and plus you have a healing factor. Oh, great. Hey, what am I? Your maid? Don't you dare answer that. Unless you got a better idea. No. Oh, but, fuck it. Now I had nothing better to do. It's not like I was gonna go to sleep. Is there a reason why he's chained like Hannibal the Cannibal? Oh yeah, there's a reason. And this is when they actually go inside. And they start cleaning him. And everyone has a turn, even the kids. It's just to look at him. Midoriya pretty much is still muzzled to the teeth. But he's tolerating it, no matter how much he doesn't want to. Anyway, after that, Midoriya actually calms down, and this is when the professor walks up to him. Now, the professor is still new to him, so he still is a little bit hostile, but the professor says, "It is good to see you, Mr. Midoriya." They start talking telepathically. I am not here to harm you. I am here to help you. Can you transform back? Back to your human, perhaps? arms. This is when he just gives a look. But this is when he says in his mind, yeah, I can. Why should I? Because like I said, we mean you no harm. You are in the X-Men mansion. I heard of this place. I thought it was a myth. It is not. But you can trust me. My name is Professor X. I am the founder. The person who you gave a good money-making is Wolverine. And the blue one next to him is Beast. What is he doing? He's just giving you flu shot. He's just giving you some shots. But he's about to be a feral, but this one he says, they're just flu shots. They are to make sure you don't get sick. This one Midoriya calms down. And the one over there is, and the person who calmed you is Shinzo. Right there. He will be your roommate. Midoriya raising an eyebrow. Right. You probably forgot what a room is. No, I remember. They're those comfy bed things, right? Indeed, they are the comfy bed things. Very well. So I don't have a choice but staying here, don't I? You are having no choice, I'm afraid. It was either that or letting Nezu capture you and experiment on you. And I'll be honest, I would never wish that on anyone, not even my worst enemy. And believe me, there are some times I wish I could just do, but I cannot. Anyway, after that, this is when Midoriya... This is when Midoriya starts transforming, but this is when Logan's about to pop out his claws, but Professor X tells him, but stops him. And he says, without telepathically, it's alright, he's just turning back to human. And that's what he does, he transforms back to human. This is when pretty much he's inhuman, and he is now butt-ass naked. This is when, in Wolverine, Ian is pretty much giving a look like, nice. Anyway, this is when Professor Sex said. This is when Izuku stands up. I see we have not forgot to walk on two legs. I always remembered. I just didn't want to. So, you're gonna be my owner, huh? What? No, I'm just gonna be your friend. Midoriya raised an eyebrow. Friend? That's a first. Most people will just sacrifice their kids to me so they don't get mauled to death. Indeed, you have a gruesome encounter with the Canadians. This is when Wolverine says, no offense, but gruesome's an understatement. That guy took them all to hell. You can barely even recognize the corpses. This is when Beast says, you're not helping. What? I'm just being honest. True, but we don't need honesty right now. Well, this is when Midoriya says, why lie if you could just tell them the harsh truth? Oh, for Pete's sake. Hey, see? This is when Logan tosses him some clothes. I hope you know what those are. Yeah. Human clothes. Oops. Vanilla. Yep. Due to you, now, we found your old clothes, but I knew they were not gonna fit, so... So this is the best clothing we can get. Especially since you're a little bit bigger than most kids. As a matter of fact, judging by your height, you're pretty much the biggest kid in this school. This is when he says, "Now, would you kindly follow us? We can show you to your room." Shinzo? Right away. And this one is Shinzo and this is when Midoriya follows Shinzo. Alright, here is the bathroom. You'll be pretty much... This is the bathroom for both the men and the women. Men? The school, it will be over there. And over there is the equation. And right there is the kitchen. Alright. Hello, I'm selling Owl Scout cookies. This is when Midoriya... Anyway. This is when Midoriya says, "Is this the only thing that you people do?" Well, yes. We do go on certain missions, but not all the time. I'm afraid. Anyway, this is when Midoriya sits down. This is when Midoriya says, "Can we get to the rooms?" Yep. Oh yeah, of course. I keep forgetting. You must be tired. Alright. This is when Midoriya... Sorry about the pause. This is when Midoriya... This is when they get to the room. This is the room. And I'll leave you to it. Wait. Oh, and make sure you come up. We're gonna have lunch soon. Maybe I'll even show you how to use your utensils again. And also... Oh, Mr. X wants you to have help with your anger issues. Oops. An annoyed look on Midoriya's face. See? Fine. Thank you. Humans. Humans, I will never understand them. This is when Midoriya is now just minding his own business and just sleeping it off. Anyway, this is when Midoriya just starts laying down. Alright. This is when pretty much he's laying down and starts pretty much remembering his mom. Remembering how much he misses her. But this is when he senses someone's entering his room, and not even hesitating, he goes to the door. Yeet! Sorry for bothering you, but dinner's ready. This is when pretty much he gets there. Mika goes to the place. And this is when he sees the rooms. Huh. What's with the... Oh, right, I forgot to mention. Mr. X wants to make sure that you're comfortable and pretty much feel safe. Midoriya gets a look like, are you this stupid? Hey, I'm just doing what the professor asks, that's all. And we do want to help you. She's about to touch him, but Midoriya gives the look that gives her a warning, like, touch me, I dare you. But she gets the hint. She immediately gets the warning and doesn't touch him. Right, trust issues, no touching, got it. Anyway. This is when Midoriya just lays up. Once Midoriya actually... But once he actually gets more comfortable... So, this is when Midoriya... Look. This is when he just eats his food, which is sausage, eggs, and toast. Once he got done eating those, this is when Midoriya says, "Alright. Wow, you really cleaned your plate. You want more? No, I'm fine." This is when he walks off. Must be a light eater. No, he just doesn't trust you. Ah, Shinzo, how you doing? As better as I can expect. That gaining the trust of a giant cat is gonna be easy. What makes you think that? Izuku is just like any mistreated cat. They're going to be feral at first, but then once they get to know you better, they'll show their softer side. I swear, Shinzo, you have the patience of a goddess. Yes. I know. Oh, but I could just tell. Oh, it's going to take time, I promise. But it's so going to be worth it that I get to pet him as a kitty cat. You have a sad addiction to cats. Are you sure you're not a furry? Enough with the furry puns. I'm just saying, Shinzo. You really like cats. Who doesn't love them? They're cute, they're cuddly. And they're better than dogs in any way. Hey, I can imagine half people disagree. Well, those are not cat people, they're dog people. I guess. This is when Midoriya just sits, just minds his own business. Anyway, this is when Midoriya lays down. And this is when he just falls asleep. Now, I'm going to say, this is when, and pretty much he's about to, but he has to knock on the door again. It's open. He opens it and sees Storm. His eyes glow into an intimidation. Do not worry, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just here to do your eye checkup. Midoriya still shows his cat eyes, but Logan walks in too. Still showing those eyes, I see. Now, look this way. He looks that way. Look this way now. And he looks that way. I'm going to shine a light at you, okay? That's what he does. Your eyes are pretty much healthy, but this is when she opens her mouth, his mouth. I'm worried about those teeth. She takes one whiff and she's about to gag. Yeah, I forgot to mention his breath is a little stinky. Oh, a little stinky's an understatement. That's definitely got to brush your teeth. Anyway, pause. Alright, I'm back. Now, this is when Midoriya pretty much also goes to the Beast, who pretty much examines him. Fascinating. It's horrifying, but fascinating. What can you tell us about him? The fact that he has multiple scar tissue. One easily noticeable one is the 3rd-degree burns on his arm and leg. The slash wounds on his chest, the multiple broken bones that healed very badly, and don't look like they're recovering anytime soon. A giant actal scar on his chest, symbolizing that he went through a fight. That probably was me. No, good guess though. And one giant nasty bite wound on his neck. In fact, that's definitely gonna leave a scar. Are you saying that he's just got through these? It would appear that whoever attacked him previously faced his wrath, and now we don't know where he could be. So what are you suggesting? I suggest that we just keep an eye on him. He's not a threat. That he's just mistreated. Now, as for school, I recommend for Shinzo just to teach him, because he has been out there since he was 10. His IQ looks good enough, true, but his temper is not. He would easily lose it if someone tries to bully him, especially if they go to a normal human school to see how he does. He will be feral and try to kill everyone there. Fair point. And the last thing we need is All Might to come in and have the right to take one of the students and kill them on sight. Right. Yeah. Kill. Anyway, should we take him on missions? No. Well, Professor wants him to stay indoors until his temper is controlled. Shinzo, luckily, with his singing powers, would be able to smooth the beast. This is when Midoriya yawns and the stinky breath gets to Beast's face. Oh, very funny, Hogan. Man, that's so strong. Okay, I can't take it anymore. This is when Midoriya is given a mint. Have a mint. Hell, have the whole damn thing. Midoriya just thinks about it and just bites on it. Not the thingy. Just eat these little things. And he swallows the whole thing. Ow. Give him a dick. Okay, give him a tic tac. Shish. Should we? Yeah. This is when they check for cavities, and this one he says, surprisingly, he has no cavities. Maybe because he chews on the bones. That could be it. And judging by how sharp his teeth is, there's not that many buffaloes, are there? Not that many. I think he was chewing on human bones. Midoriya, we're gonna have to test your bite strength. This is when they give him an ox bone and he starts chewing on it. And immediately it broke in half. Bite force strong enough to destroy an ox bone. I wonder what happens if we give him a whale bone. Don't push it. Yeah. Alright. Alright, it was just a suggestion, nothing more. Or after that. Bloody hell.
Hey guys.
Whoops. Sorry about that. This is when Midoriya just starts actually continues his thing. Now, with Midoriya, this is when she just lays down. And pretty much after that, the next day happened. Shinzo was with him. Alright. Hey, thanks for helping me with moving these. No problem. Look, I just hope that cat does not eat me alive. Be nice. It's kinda hard to be nice when you realize you're sharing a room. Your next door neighbor is a bloodthirsty killing machine. This is when Midoriya is right behind him. My apologies. No, you're just speaking the truth. Besides, that's a compliment nowadays. Ow. Oh, poor kitty. I know. Now, a couple of months has passed, and Midoriya's temper has, well, improved to a degree. He will still get pissed at... He still bares his fangs and eyes to women, but not to, like, Shinzo, Wolverine, Mr. X, and Beast. Cyclops he has a humongous rivalry over, because they don't get along for shit. Nightcrawler's still scared of him, but they get along. Rogue, well, Rogue is Rogue. Well, she tries her best to keep her distance from him. Fucking hell. Oh, alright. Again, Paul break. Alright, I'm back. Anyway, this is when Midoriya just... Yeah, well, mostly Shinzo takes him out. Around the park. And lets him... And Shinzo is allowed to ride Midoriya, so he starts running around. Remember, he is a big cat, so Midoriya allows it. And he runs around and whatnot into the forest, into the ground, all that. And pretty much just having fun with him. This is when Midoriya gets done, because, well, now he's exhausted. Well, you got him better. Better, big guy. We should head back. This is when Midoriya stands up and literally walks to them. He walks back to the place. And this is when they see Wolverine. How many times do I have to tell you two? Don't run around without a supervision. Sorry, Logan. Alright. Anyways, Bubs. Bubs, how things... Anyways, but it's literally 9 o'clock. Oh, you get to bed. And that's what they do. But Midoriya hears something. Once he gets into bed, he hears people moving into the house. Midoriya fully transforms, walks out, and even sees Logan with him. Yeah, I heard them too. You go left, I'll go right. Midoriya does that. This is when he sees a couple of guards trying to take a kiddo and shoots them. Midoriya sneaks up on one of the guards and starts biting off his jugular. This is when the other guy sees him, but Midoriya crushes his head like a freaking egg. Wolverine stealthily kills all the rest of them, and Midoriya kills the rest. Yes. This is when Midoriya just looks up and looks at him, smile. Knows that Shinjo is safe. But this is when they look outside to see more people, realizing it's the military. Midoriya orders to get everyone's attention. And this is when it does. Colossus comes out and steals up, and this is when Midoriya immediately attacks the helicopter, for bringing it down and slamming it to the ground. Logan starts attacking it as well. As for Shinzo, he takes all the kids to the protection room. This is when one of the guards points a gun at him. Nowhere to go now, freak. But before he could do anything, this is when Beast comes up and just smacks him in the head with a heavy book. Go, kids, go! Midoriya, pretty much enjoying the fact he gets to kill again, starts mauling them and pretty much slashing their throats open. Colossus is trying his best not to kill people, but knowing Colossus, it's not going to be well. This is when Colossus says,
Red Suit. So, you are... How come we never talk? Izuku.
Midoriya can't say anything because he's in his form. But mostly he just grips someone's jaw open. This is when Midoriya looks at a certain gothic girl and says, "Sup, I'm Megasonic Teenage Warhead." Midoriya gives a look like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? I don't care. This is when Midoriya pounces and mauls someone else to death. And this is when she says, "Oh, gross, that's worse than Deku cutting off his hand." And this is when Midoriya gets done ripping him apart. And he even feasts on him. This is when Logan says, "No, bad Izuku, no eating." Eating the corpses. I don't care how tasty they are, you're not allowed to eat them. I don't care. Yeah. This is when pretty much Colossus just throws up. Oh, give me that. And he managed to pull out the heart. You have bacon, damn it. He walks up and just pisses on the lawn. What is that gonna do? All you're doing is just giving the plants some water. This when Logan just looks at his wang, realizing how big it is. Midoriya has a cocky smirk. Oh, fuck off. Well, that was just definitely All Might. Now he's gonna see a reason to kill everyone. Midoriya smells All Might and starts running to him, stealthily. Where'd Izuku go? And this is when Midoriya makes it look like an accident, literally just punching him and just breaking his neck, and making it look like he fell from an accident. So yeah, the news of All Might's death of a tragic accident has concurred. Midoriya having a cocky smirk, and Logan keeps a secret because he knows that Izuku really did it. Shinzo, who just walks back and sees Izuku. you're okay. This is when Shinzo just hugs him. Midoriya, blushing, and just pats on him. Logan gives a look like, oh. Izuku gives a look like, shut up. This is when Midoriya transforms and lets him lets him pet him. Midoriya is just enjoying the petting, and this is when Midoriya even lays on Shinzo's lap. Shinzo also just has a happy smile, and kisses him. Shinzo, who was enjoying his day, and they both pretty much start walking around in the forest again. And this is when pretty much they come across some bunnies, but Midoriya doesn't eat them. Mostly because Shinzo likes animals. This is when pretty much Midoriya sees something that says, "Will you be my boyfriend?" Midoriya just licks Shinzo, and Shinzo just happy and they kiss, even though he's in their form. This is when Izuku transforms back and they really start kissing. Midoriya now happy that he is now no longer single. Midoriya walks off. Midoriya and Shinzo actually go to their first restaurant together, with Logan watching them because he knows that Izuku will not be hesitant to kill a Karen. And but Shinzo orders their first date food, which is mostly just some bubba tea. Midoriya drinks it, then gives a look like, how the fuck do you drink this? Don't worry, you get used to it. They continue drinking. But this is when Izuku hears someone making that slurping noise, which is fucking annoying. Midoriya twisting his head. Alright. But he continues drinking it. Then until the slurping noise gets to his ear, he realizes it's someone else. Hello, Shoto. Who's this? None of your business. I'm not asking. Can you tell me your name? He told you it's none of your fucking business. Now fuck off. Off, you annoying pest. Logan saying it. I don't think you know who I am. I am Shoto Todoroki. I don't give a shit. Now, are you gonna tell me your name? How about this? Midoriya gets up and puts his soba down. Fuck off? Or get beat up? Your choice. This is when Shoto punches him, but all he does is hurt his hand. Ow! Midoriya punches him back, breaking his arm. Mutated freak? Well, I can show you a freak. Izuku, no. This is when Logan pops up and scares Shinzo. Hey, buddy. Remember me? Yeah, you remember me. Now listen, leave these two alone. They're with me. And if you don't fuck off, I am going to kill you, and then I'm going to sleep with your mom again. He pats him on the shoulder. This is when Shoto walks off with a hatred in his look. The fuck is his problem? Oh, he's mad that Shinzo broke up with him. What made you think it was a good idea to date that guy? He wasn't always like that. He used to be a nice person until, well, he hated mutants, so... He secretly always hated mutants. So, he found out, he wanted to make an exception, make other mutants suffer, but I don't. I couldn't take it, so... Thanks. Thanks for holding in. Trust me, it was hard. Why are you following us, by the way, Logan? Supervision. Right. Anyway, we're gonna head back. Alright. Hey. And over the years, Midoriya actually grew up to control his anger better. 10 years has passed. Midoriya is now 20, and Shinzo is also 20. They got happily married, but they're still living in the X-Men mansion. And Midoriya, who's about to go on a mission with Wolverine, says, Hey, honey, what? I forgot your lunch. Babe, I'm gonna be back in like 25 hours. Honey, alright, love you. They both kiss. You know, it's funny, 10 years ago, you were a bloodthirsty, maniac, psychopathic beast that didn't hesitate to kill anyone. I still have that craving. So what are we dealing with now? Magneto popped up in the town. Now we gotta fight him. Who's Magneto? Guy with a metal. This should be fun. I bet. And that's it. That's been the one shot of What If Deku was in the X-Men. What, did you actually expect him to fight Magneto? It always ends in the same, Midoriya winning. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. This has been Dunkel Dylan here, God of Chaos, and I'll see you all in the next vid.